Hey everyone, I'm Mike Henry, and this is my Procreate 4.2 demo for the piece I call Orc MAD. What is the Orc MAD about? Who knows? All I know is that I had to draw something for Sketchbomb 2 months ago. This is an older one, and this is what I came up with. I think the theme was angry or enraged. I actually don't remember what the theme was, but I ended up drawing this super angry orc, so that's what we're talking about today. Here's the rough I did, and then we go into slightly tighter lines just to clean up the details. So this was done at Sketchbomb, which is the sketch group that we have in various locations, and the one that I now attend is the one here in Barcelona. So we draw around themes, and we have a limited amount of time, and we have multiple themes, and you can do them all, or you could just do one, or whatever you want. And so that's what I did here. And one other thing you might be noticing about this video is it is much sharper than it's been in the past. This is the first piece with me changing the settings on Procreate to record at a higher resolution. So I hope you resolution buffs out there will dig this video and all videos going forward, as they will look nicer. I think the biggest impact you'll see is on the portrait ones. But anyways, how did I actually do this? Well, all of those roughs there were just done with the fat pencil. Like always, I drew it in a couple different colors so that I could visually separate it out while I was doing the rough planning stage. And now we're into the inking. The inking was done with the dry ink brush, which is in the inking section of Procreate. No tweaks to it, just drawing with it. Then I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say around this stage. This is me just sort of banging through all the details and making sure that it gets done. You know, you're in a bit of a time pressure at Sketchbomb because you only have a certain amount of time to do everything. So I chose this method because I knew that I'd be able to do it quicker. I could let the pen do more of the work instead of me controlling every stage, and that's it. As for his design, I was mostly just going for kind of monstrous and kind of badass, but mostly just funny. I wanted him to have this massive back that just rolls in and takes up most of the screen, and then he's got these like little tiny teeth on top and these big sharp teeth on the bottom, and he's just super pissed about something. I mean, I like to think that it's something super basic, like somebody drank the milk in the fridge that had his name on it, you know, something really basic. He ordered a sandwich and it came wrong, and he's just so overcome with rage. And so that's why I just wanted him to be silly. So yeah, he's dangerous for sure. He's big and massive, but he's got, you know, based on his overall proportions, he's got these little hands and these little legs and this big back and this, you know, little face on this big head. And so that was really just the idea behind it. I wanted the whole thing to be loose and fun and quick, and so that's the premise behind the look and feel, as well as the design of him. As far as his design goes, it's certainly not very unique. His costuming is not particularly good. It's just, you know, this big standard shoulder thing with these big bad spikes coming off of him, and then he's just got like a little, maybe he's got pants on, I don't even remember. I'm sort of watching this go as you guys are, and I'll comment on it as I see it. It was a while ago that I drew this, so I've already forgotten. So his actual design is very generic, and it was really more just about the gag of him being super mad. So that's all I can really say about that. I didn't really put a lot of uniqueness into his design, just sort of flew with it. And so if he's not going to be too unique in the design, maybe he'll be unique in the idea, like the fact that he's super mad. You know, mad orc is super unique idea. But then maybe the treatment could be more unique. So that's where I was going with this. It's got this big heavy inky line, and then as it goes, we're going to use the halftone brush and the decimal brush in order to create a lot more of just an interesting look for this, I guess you could say. So again, not much more to comment on with this line point, other than just making sure there are details, making sure his anatomy is strong, making sure that there's appropriate shadowing just to really sell some of the dimension, and otherwise I'll just let it roll now until we get to the halftone point. So here I decided that my crop isn't super great right there with in black. I sort of framed off where I was going to crop it in the future, totally forgetting that Procreate had added a crop feature now. So as in a second here you'll see me, I actually remember and I go, oh, I should just actually crop this. In the past what I always did was I just drew anyways, blocked it off like I did here, and then cropped it in the photo app on my iPad. So there we go, now the crop has happened, and it's all a tighter shot, which I think is better. And we use the decimal brush to just paint in that pattern in the background. Use some of the grunge brush just to bring some relief to it with that white sort of thing shooting through the background. Switch to the fat pencil to do this white highlighting that's happening here. And he's got the decimal brush set to larger so that the frequency is these fatter dots for his body. That's what's going on there with a lowered opacity. And now here I'm using the halftone brush to do some things here and there, which you'll see in a second. And then there I'm using, I believe, the turpentine or the old brush, maybe it's called the oriental brush or something like that, to do some of that extra outlining around him. And yeah, you can see I used the halftone brush to create that drop shadow around his head and like on his legs and stuff. So it's really just using these various textures and grayscale in different darknesses to push and pull at the figure. So that is it now. He's done. I mean, it's a simple piece. I think the most important things to remark on is just using the grayscale and the white and keeping the white at its highest value just to create a lot of silhouette and a lot of emphasis, and that these textures everywhere give a little bit of extra life to the piece. That is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the new higher resolution. This was a quick one. The next ones will be longer. So please consider liking and subscribing if you do dig what I'm doing here. And hit the little notification bell so you can stay on top of future stuff. And if you're looking for me on the internet, these are the places where you can find me.